Welcome back to Talos Principle 2. I'm Dear Darling, and why are we here? What truth awaits us? Why don't we answer more of these questions together in... Where are we? Or what part of the game are we exactly at? Have we done this? Backwards. Where's the sign? I say, we done this. Looks like we've done both secret levels. Okay. There's still a question mark over there though, which we've yet to find out what that is. If that's the only question mark left, then honestly we're doing pretty well for ourselves, I'd say. I don't see any other question marks. I don't know if the map... Does the map keep track of logs? I don't think it does. System full of fragments related to space. I noticed that Noma systems full of ideas of space travel and colonization. Signs of launch pads and ships, sketches of cities, even an unfinished design for a large-scale teleportation between distant planes. An interstellar or even intergalactic civilization of a kind of writers like Ian Banks imagined is entirely possible if you want it. Which leads me to another thought. These bodies we have are so carefully designed to look like our ancestors, but they don't really have to be. Very true. In his novels, Banks has intelligent minds like ourselves controlling entire ships or drones or even stations. So Alexandra Drennan was right, but it's not our shapes that make us human, and what it means to be human can be expanded if we maintain our creativity and our curiosity. With a theory of everything, we could transform ourselves as well as the world. The only question is, can we be trusted to build a society that actually works? Just for once in our long and stupidly bloody history. Is something like culture actually possible? Or is it just a daydream, or will we always end up with another dystopia, is probably what I was meant to say. Maybe Athena finally found the answer to that question. Well, Athena's not right here. Well, I can't speak. Athena's not here right now. Oh, I was going to look at a map. Does it have the logs? It doesn't look like it. So, if we are missing another log, then we may never find out. But there is something. Ooh, here. Lithrazir, maybe? Lithrazir. I was going to say we haven't had him yet, so no better time.
Sometimes new citizens come to me and they want to learn from me. My work appears to have created a legend of sorts. In these moments, I understand your situation. I want to teach them, but what they must learn the most is independence of thought. How does one resolve this contradiction? They wish to come along on my journeys, but I do not need a group of fawning acolytes following my every step. A journey truly worth undertaking is rarely easy. And so, I have begun to think of a much greater challenge. A journey that is almost impossible.
What journey have you got in
mind?
mind?
To the far ends of the world without any mechanized means of transportation.
Oh, you're just going to walk to the end of the world?
Will be a true act of faith.
Interesting.
And they will learn a great deal from it.
Will they?
If we survive.
Right, how close are we? Hold on. We need to be 2 over. Okay, so that suggests to me that this is wrong from the beginning. We do what we did again, but... I did the same issue. Oh, it's this way. This needs to be this way around. And that should work? Okay. Interesting. I don't even know who we could possibly talk to at this point. We're not talking to the Sphinx. I guess we need a final conversation with Pandora and a final conversation with Prometheus, right? That's what I imagine these final things will be, because we have no more from the Sphinx. Pandora will probably warn us, and Prometheus will tell us to give the flame to the people. And honestly, I'm more of a Prometheus follower than a Pandora follower. ATM. As predicted as Pandora.
A long time ago, the Sphinx asked you about my story.
Probably, I don't remember, unfortunately.
You said that hope may still be found if we are willing to look for it.
That sounds like something I'd say.
And you were right.
Oh,
hope
okay.
is not gone from the world. Some small part of it still survives.
Well, I'm glad to turn you into a bit more of an optimist, Pandora.
But it is not in the flame or in these towers.
But in people?
It lives in the hills and the forests.
Oh, okay.
in the rivers and the seas. You were given a world full of hope, creature of clay. It is yours to protect.
Hope is not in nature, it's in people. I just want to find Byron. I will do my best. That's what I would
People
say.
will fail you, creature of clay. When the time comes, they will abandon you. Heed my words.
That doesn't mean hope can't exist with and because of them. It's a bit hard to, I think, associate hope with nature, I think, because does nature inherently come with much, like, of consequence and risk, I suppose? Why am I so slow? Oh.
What do you make of these beams? Do they seem safe to you?
Nothing is really safe.
I'm not really sure.
You
It's
could
something
kill
not
yourself
subscribe.
with a fork. I'm sure someone has.
Alright,
But anything can be used safely.
you
if
need some
choose
media
to.
trading.
I see.
Or maybe not. Well, that generally looks very cool. Didn't get to appreciate it until this walk outwards. I feel like that's done quite intentionally. Right, so we only have one more world, I suppose, before we get to megastructure again. I wonder at what point we should be trying to do the things like with stars and the golden levels, which will presumably open up after we... Well, I don't think we need to go back into megastructure for it. Probably be the last possible point.
We're getting
I don't
closer.
know. Might tell us there's a point of
hope
no
Byron
return.
is still
Maybe
okay.
there is no point of no return.
Prometheus seemed to think so. Let's hope he's trustworthy.
And we've seen Byron in some of these conversations. Just where is he? Maybe he's uploaded his consciousness or something to a hive mind. I'm curious what this final world looks like, because that second world looks very cool. Oh. This is like a city. Is this what New Jerusalem was meant to be like? What was that thing I saw over there, but couldn't quite understand? That's a Prometheus fire. Wow, this place
Another
is crazy.
remarkable structure. But what can its purpose be?
Actually, I can answer this one.
Oh.
In the files 1K downloaded, there's a design for a launch pad for space vehicles. This is about 90% identical.
Is it functional?
I don't think so, not if the inside is like the other towers.
Wow. Imagine if it worked.
That
Imagine
surprised me.
if we could go up there. I mean, the
Into
stars,
space.
not the top of the tower. Although, that would be cool too.
That's incredible. Hello, Crier.
What can I do for you, 1K?
I don't know, you wanted to talk to me. What do you think I made about the choice regarding the Somnodrome?
I don't know if sharing the truth so openly was a good choice. It's hard to predict the consequences of such an action.
I don't know, I feel like hiding it feels worse. More people discover it, you know? People are going to be disappointed, especially because you're so blatantly hiding it, right? So it seems like each level has its own little arena. I wonder what the mechanic for this world would be. It's hard to think what else it even could be, to be honest. I bet there's going to be, there's like a Minotaur maze or something from within. I would not be surprised if it's a culmination of everything at this point, right? Okay, jammer. Probably to at least get this out first. New laser. I'm gonna assume we can't jam both of these, no. Oh, clever. Wait. We can't jam a connector? Oh, that is clever. Oh, it actually baited me. We had to keep this here, don't we? That is genuinely clever. We do this. We actually needed the connection to stay in here, and then we'd jammer it like that, but then we open up from the inside. Oh, fascinating. So this does seem like a combination of basically everything. The mechanic is everything sort of working together.
In their notes, Athena and Cornelius called what they were doing the Noema Project.
Noema, okay.
But in one case, Vision, they just called it the Machine. Because when you strip away all the fancy rhetoric, that's all it is.
Just a machine.
It's not a source of meaning or purpose. It's just another machine.
I was just thinking because there's a question mark kind of nearby there. I don't know, this place looks pretty big. Maybe it's time to do the question marks first. Or at least have a look-see. What's going on? How close they really are. Some of these is quite hard to tell. The distance. I didn't see anything like immediately obvious apart from these hands probably have something. Catchy's hands, Prometheus statue, of course. Oh yeah, here we go. A logbook. Oh, it's Lithrisir. Okay. It's early Lithrisir.
In my reports to you, I have often spoken about this island in terms that some might perceive as negative. I hope you understand that the opposite is true. Here in these green hills, I see tremendous potential for transformation and spiritual awakening.
Prometheus statue?
I do not see the world as you do, Athena, but I see the rot at the heart of New Jerusalem. If you and Cornelius want to go through with your plan, then this is the perfect place. My students and I will help you transport the remaining tech from New Alexandria. After that, once you and Cornelius are settled, we will leave for our great journey.
Oh.
I can only hope that we all find what we are looking for.
So, Lithrisir knew of a plan. I assume the plan isn't something which she concocted while she was here. I think this is the plan. This sort of separation and discovery. So, Lithrisir and his students helped Athena and Cornelius execute their plan. Another fascinating discovery courtesy of 1K. Many of the events in our city's history that seem disconnected turn out to be part of a bigger picture. There's something to be learned from that. This does answer some questions I had, like how Athena and Cornelius transported all that equipment from New Alexandria to the island. Disturbing, but good to know. Lithrisir was so cool. Half the time I had no idea what he's talking about in his recordings, but it's all just so interesting and weird. Good work, 1K. Thank you. I don't know if Lithrisir wants to be found. Yeah, excellent work. Not just finding Lithrisir's message, obviously, but everything else you've accomplished too. Thanks, I'm pretty great. So Lithrisir and his students went to basically try and find the edge of everything, really. I'm not really sure there is an edge, but I hope you managed to find it. I wonder if we can actually get up onto those walkways up there. I can't imagine so. Or be a, well, if you could, it would probably be some sort of boundary breaking thing. Chicken flight. Okay. Interesting. What's the general concept here? What? Where are we going? Here. Right. How do we disable this? I'm not really sure what we need to do. Not sure why we even need a chicken flight, to be honest. Oh. I'm a little unsure. We can't catapult things back and forth, I think, using this, right? Because I think we need an actual cube. Yeah. So what do we need to do? We need to basically disconnect this as we walk along, and we need to be holding a connector, maybe. It feels like there's not enough stuff here. It feels like we might need a cube to put on here, and we put the connector on so it can ping pong itself back and forth. I don't really understand how to open this. I hope that button would open this. This is probably just a way out, maybe. So we need to basically get in there with a connector somehow. I don't understand what this is for yet. I've never been so stumped on level because I don't even know how to start this. Something from here. No, I got it now. We need this to connect to this. I see. And when we put it on here, so we'd open that up. But if we have a connector, we can hopefully see it. And if need be, we can disconnect them like this. That will launch it off and no longer has sight. Now we've got connector here. We'll put it here. Right. So this world's all about breaking connections we've made. Is that meant to be symbolic, like a burning bridges sort of thing? This was a very misleading blue field. Is there even a future? Looks like a lot of people are getting excited about how things are going to change, but all I can see is another repetition of the same mistakes. Ecocide, hubris, self-destruction. Why would anything be different this time? We just need to get it right once. Let's hope even if it's not right, you're right. I'm beginning to fear of taking the wrong path. Maybe it won't, but life goes on. Ooh, I actually agree with a lot of these things here. Like, obviously we could do our best shot. Cycle will be broken. I mean, this seems most right. I guess we can at least try. Byron wants to tell me that hope is something you only find once you start acting instead of only contemplating. Maybe if you make a start, you'll feel better. Interesting how basically everyone now is sort of taking steps and leaps and bounds towards a future thinking, rather than just being it sort of like a little show which 1K is putting on by having these interesting observations here and there. People are much more forward thinking about what their future is going to look like now. I think that's cool. The evolution of people public perception. I don't think we're going to be able to do this in 2 minutes or so, so I think this is probably a good place to round this episode off here. Because I'm going on holiday, I suppose, after this. Not after this, literally, but soon after this, so I won't retain any memories. Well, not many memories, I think, from doing this. So, we'll round this episode off here. So for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Talos Principle 2, and I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.